All right, let's hear some wisdom from Sadia Khan. She is a therapist and a coach who splits her time between Dubai and London. So she has some really interesting insights, and she's been featured in interviews by very well-known male podcasters, Tom Bilyeu, and I love his wife's show too, Lisa, Chris Williamson, Mike Thurston, and Lewis Howe. And in this clip, it's a clip from an interview with Lewis Howe where she talks about, he asked her, what is the number one problem that people come to you with, or that men come to you with? And she said it's their addiction to pornography. Now, I have it just for fans page, but my stuff is very sensual, but it's still pornography. I kind of have mixed feelings about it, but mine is very sensual. But nonetheless, the problem with pornography, if men watch it too much, or if it makes them a passive bystander to intense gratification. What it does, it makes them a bystander to gratification, so they don't have to try, they don't have to deal with rejection. That's the first big problem. And Lewis understands it because he says, yes, when we as men get used to rejection from women, it makes us level up. What else do I have to do? Do I have to work on my fitness? Do I have to work on my courage? Do I have to work on my career? It makes us better people when we try to attract the opposite sex in real life. But when they're just watching porn, they don't have to make any effort. They don't have to get dressed up and go out and deal with women. And it doesn't give them any good feedback on the kind of woman they could get. Also, they're able to be sexual bystanders. If all a man does is watch porn, or too much porn, he gets a false sense. I'm adding this in now myself. He gets a false sense of what it takes to turn on a woman, and what a woman needs to enjoy herself. You know, your attention, your presence, your sensuality. You've got to tune into her. Sometimes she doesn't want to be in the mood, and sometimes she does. And you have to navigate that. You have to turn her on. You have to spend more time getting her an orgasm. Focus on her like you're interacting with a real human being rather than just being a passive bystander, you know. It makes men kind of lazy, but it interferes with them building themselves up to be better man, and interferes with their relationships, she says. It interferes with their relationships. And it doesn't give them the feedback they need to improve their lives. But then also what she says, number two, what it does, it gives men a false perception of the kind of woman they could get. Because they're used to, like, I can go on OnlyFans, or I can see this Instagram model, and that's what I want. That's what I'm used to looking at. So if the guy is like a 5 out of 10, he doesn't want a real life woman that's a 5 out of 10, because he's on OnlyFans getting the 12 out of 10. That's what he wants. That's what he's been masturbating to. That's what he's been fantasizing about. That's what he's been seeing. And so that's a problem. But I'm going to say that's the same problem for women who hook up, because I've been in situations where I hooked up with some pretty hot guys, and it gave me the false idea that I could have a guy like that. But he was just looking for a hookup. Or maybe he thought he was interested in me, but he really wasn't. The problem with these hookup situations is that we think that we can get somebody who's outside of our league. So to find out who's really in our league, we have to see who we can get in real life. What porn does for men is it kind of like numbs them to like real life women. They want the 10 out of 10. They're not willing to settle for the 3 out of 10 if they're a 3 out of 10. So we have to see who we can get in real life, and then use that feedback to improve ourselves and see where we fall short. So anyway, I'm going to play that clip now, and if you like her interviews, just check out the link in the description. I'm going to put it there, and then if you like your interviews, you know, just look her up on YouTube. She's got some really great interviews. She's got some pretty good insights about the dating life in Dubai and like relationships. Like, she's pretty fascinating, but when I first came across her, she annoyed me. Sometimes when people annoy me, I'll kind of keep watching them because I'm curious. And just like Eckhart Tolle used to annoy me, but now I really like her stuff. I relate to her in a lot of ways, except I don't think she would ever have a Just for Fans. I'm certain that she would not. But you know, she's had to work really hard, I'm sure, to get to where she can get all these interviews on all these well-known podcasts. And I think she's from Dubai. That's why she lives there. So she understands Dubai really well, and the women that go there, like the sugar babies and the escorts and the women with many boyfriends. And then she's also in London, so she's got a very cosmopolitan view, but yet she's a traditional woman. So she's got some interesting insights. I hope you'll check her out, and thank you for watching my video. Also, she doesn't know I exist, so I'm not like getting anything out of promoting her channel or anything. Anyway, thank you for watching my video.
What pornography does, unfortunately, what pornography does to men is it allows them intense gratification without the fear of rejection. And what men need is a rejection in order to build their bravery and redirect them. If I'm really overweight, or if I'm not making a lot of money, I'm living in my mom's basement, and I go out into the dating world, I realize women don't find that attractive. So I redirect myself.
You have to improve. You have to overcome. You have to let go. You have to...
And learn from the feedback.
And have courage to take consistent action and build self-control.
Exactly. But what pornography allows me to do is maintain that state whilst getting the gratification I want. And the other thing it does to men is it blurs their true value. So they will see these beautiful women online go into the real world, and say if he's a 4 out of 10, he should be aiming for a 4 out of 10 woman. But he'll think, I don't want that girl. I'm not attracted to this girl. And they'll be aiming for the 12 out of 10s, and they can only access them through escorts. Or through, in America, they call it passport bros. Have you heard of that concept?
Passport what?
Where they go to, like, maybe the Philippines, or they go to other countries and marry women, and, it's kind of like a 90-day. Then they try and do it that way instead to access those type of women, because they've been so addicted to pornography. They've got a skewed perception of what their true value is and what their true match is.